Well, Paul, you've had a board meeting on Monday. Spoken at length. Obviously, a massive decision to make. What can you tell me the latest on the managerial appointment?
Well, we had a board meeting, as you say, for 4 hours. We've given it really, really thorough consideration. Like the fans, we realise this is an important position that we're in, and an important appointment that we're looking at making. Not something that we want to rush. I actually feel there's an awful lot of positives at the moment, and if we make the wrong decision, we could really upset the apple cart. So I think you can tell from what happened on Saturday that there's a tremendous amount of goodwill for Russell and for Steve and for the team now, from all our fans and employees and everybody associated with the club. There's so much goodwill and positivity around. It's unbelievable. The difference on Saturday was like chalk and cheese from the previous home game, and I think someone I spoke to said they can't remember the last time it was like that. So the fans were absolutely fantastic on Saturday, and we'd like to thank them for the way they stuck by. And it didn't feel like a loss, it felt like we'd come out with a positive, and actually we had come out with a positive. What we're going to do is, I think, continuity and retaining that confidence and goodwill and the togetherness of the squad, is retain Russell and Steve till the end of the season, and look to recruit a third person to join them, if you like a football consultant, a director of football potentially. The precise name and description to be confirmed. The important thing is the person that we bring in, and because clearly that Steve and Russell between them don't have a huge amount of managerial experience. You could say it's one game. So we want to bring in someone who's got a lot of managerial experience, so that they can bring that experience to the party. Now we've identified a short list of people for that position. We'll be speaking to those people in the next couple of days, with a view to then conducting an interview process potentially next week, which Russell will be involved in, because it's so important that this appointment is somebody who's going to work with our existing coaching staff, management team, players, etc. So I think that's the really positive thing, that we've had good meetings as a board. We've had a good meeting with Russell and Steve, who are really up for it, really keen to take the team and ensure our survival. So that's all positive, and I think this person will just bring the complete the jigsaw, if you like, will just bring that experience to help Russell, help Steve, in terms of connectivity and just how to manage a professional football team. Lots of things crop up all the time with players, as you can imagine. On top of that, we've also agreed a budget to bring in potentially 2, possibly 3 more players between now, so at the end of the season, obviously sooner rather than later. So that's something that Steve and Russell are working on as we speak. A few names have been identified, so we do want to try and give them a chance to strengthen the squad for this important last third of the season. There is a lot of positivity generally, because there's a long way to go this season. We have got 4, without question, 4 potentially season-changing games coming up against teams around us. And this is the time now that we need the fans more than ever before. We need the fans to be like they were on Saturday, and in greater numbers. We'd love the ones that were unable to come on Saturday or wanted to wait and see. Please don't wait and see any longer. Please come along to the next home game in a couple of weeks and get behind the team like the fans that were there on Saturday. I can't thank the fans enough for the support. We appreciate, and I appreciate, that we've made some decisions that have alienated fans and alienated certain elements within the club too, and we hold our hands up to those. But I think the important thing now is they are behind us. We're not talking about those. We're now talking about making a good decision in the next 7 to 10 days and moving this club forward, securing our Football League status as soon as we possibly can, and then looking forward to next season.
Yeah, you mentioned the response to the crowd. There was a great feeling around the place on Saturday, but the response to the players was also huge, wasn't it? Because they've really responded well to Steve and Russ. Yeah,
the players have been tremendous, and when we had the big meeting last Friday, the reaction from the players and all the staff was superb. It's great to have Steve back. You know, Russell is so highly regarded by everyone at the football club as a player, of course, but as a coach and the way he has steered the academy into such a strong position that it's in now. He deserves a huge amount of credit for what he's done, and he's passionate about the football club in the same way that Steve Potter was passionate, and John Ward was passionate, Keith Downing was passionate, and Mike Yates, you know, and Neil. So we do really want to build upon that, on those values and that ethos, that this is a club which is together, has got a good spirit and good people. And I think above all, we have all those things.
Yeah, the standing ovation that Steve Elliott got on Friday, just after you mentioned his name, that said a lot, didn't it, about how respected he is?
Yeah, no, without question. Equally respected though by all the players, and Russ is so keen to have him on board too, which is important. But actually, I should also mention in this is, you know, the other player, Ian Weston has been a real brick in this process. And Ian's been with us for a long time as a physio, but loves the Heart Club to bits, and has the club at the forefront of everything that he does. And he's been a brilliant support to Russell and Steve in this process. You know, Craig has been first class with, you know, doing the video and all the research that he does, and Ian Hatton, the fitness coach. So everybody has stepped up, and on Friday, I said to them all, we all need to look at ourselves and say, what more can we do? What extra can we put in? Both as chairman, as directors, management, players, and I think we're seeing that. We are seeing a real return on that, and I think we saw it from the fans too. We are in it together, from the boardroom to the fans. We're in this together. We can win this. We can survive. We can definitely survive. There's lots of teams I wouldn't swap places with, frankly, because of what we have here. So let's be positive. Let's see if we can bring a couple of players in. That'd be a boost as well, and go on.